Hello and welcome back to Transports FIFA 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and we start this video at Early Station, exactly where we left off in the last video. This is what we built in the last video. We sorted this out, and as you can see, everybody's still sunk into the station. Now, I did get the mod. I uninstalled the helper, the station helper mod, and then I reinstalled it, and it still doesn't seem to have fixed this particular problem. I'm not sure if it's perhaps a mod loading order sort of thing, perhaps, or I'm not entirely certain, or maybe as I reinstall it, it will sort itself out. I genuinely have no idea. Anyway, we upgraded this station last time, but what we're going to be doing in this video is going to be a little bit of various different things. So first off, there is another station I want to upgrade, which is going to be, well actually, Carnforth, West Mersey, Macclesfield and Bracknell all need to be upgraded, but I'm not going to be doing all of them just yet, so I'm going to pick one of the stations. It should be pretty easy to upgrade them now. So I am going to go ahead and do that, and I'm also going to be looking at the line for Ollerton to be connecting as a passenger service onto the Berwick-upon-Tweed line, or the main line, and indeed over to towards Downham Market. So I need to work out that. I still need to work out that triangle. Steam Lance, I do know I've read your comments about how the triangle, how you would like it. So I'm just trying to work out how best to incorporate the ideas you said, as well as what I'm thinking, and come up with something pretty reasonable. So I want to have a look at that as well. And there is a little bit in the way of detailing that I probably want to do in and around the place. So that is what is coming up over the next half hour, 45 minutes, maybe slightly longer. So make sure you stay tuned if you enjoy that sort of thing, and of course if you do enjoy it, and I know I'm saying this beforehand, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Both of them are free, and it really helps not only me, because then I know what kind of videos people like, but also it helps on the analytics and it allows my channel to be seen and therefore grow. Anyway, I can hear another train coming in. One thing you might have noticed before we just go to the intro, those trains, the mainline trains, have changed. I'll talk a little bit more about that as soon as I roll the intro. That's a good time. Thank you. Now, I really need to get myself a better I need to get myself a better graphics card now. Right, let's just have a quick look at these. I'll just show you like so, because hey, it might give me a picture. It actually does give me a picture. These are the trains that I'm now using, and the reason I'm using them is because I've been removing certain mods from my series. Now, in removing those mods from the series, I accidentally removed the mod that the previous train was actually using. Oops. So I thought, well, I was going to upgrade the trains anyway, and therefore let's upgrade the trains. So now I've upgraded the train to actually, so the length of this train will fill up one of the shortest station on this particular line. So that is the size of the train. So if I go over to, where is the next train? Here we go. There's a train entering Carnforth right now. It's on Carnforth Approach. So if we just fast forward this up to here, there we go. Now you can see that, I forgot I used a narrow station on this side. That looks so fancy. You should see that this is pretty much the exact size of the station, slightly shorter by a few meters. And that is because obviously not all of these are going to be upgraded to the full size yet. And indeed, I'm not going to upgrade this one. In terms of size, I'm leaving these the same size as they currently are. This is one that's been upgraded, and Berwick is another one. The rest of them are going to remain as small stations for the time being. But whilst they are small stations, They're not going to remain. They're not going to remain stations that look like this. So, with the pause of this, we are going to go ahead and make numerous changes. So the first are the changes that I'm going to make on these stations, just to quickly show you. Tracks change, platforms change, platform covers change. I will probably leave this. I'll probably leave that in the red for now. That should be fine. So that's the change I'm going to make. So let's begin by, I like the fact that it says generic British roofs. Nobody uses the word roofs anymore. It's great. And I know that it's going to complain, and that's absolutely fine. Because what I'm going to do now is immediately start placing that there, that there, and oh, okay, well that's annoying. I do not want it to get rid of that, so how do I... Can I not do that? Okay, apparently not. Fine, I'll get rid of that, that's fine. I will add the platforms, no, passenger buildings, so red one, so I will add that back in, and I believe it was this one. Was it this one, or was it slightly bigger? Oh, now I cannot remember. I didn't look at that close enough. Was it this one? It certainly wasn't that one. No, it wasn't. It was this one. There we go. Not that. This one. I'll get there eventually. There we go. So that is now back in place. It is in the wrong place. That is now back in place. Let's go ahead and sort out the tracks. We are currently up to 60 mile per hour track, and annoyingly, this is where it's very annoying. I have to demolish this, just really annoying. I have to demolish this bit of track and that bit of track so that I can add the 60 mile per hour track through here. So we're going to be probably remaining at 60 for quite some time, which is why I'm not all too fussed about having that track look in such a way for now. Otherwise, I would perhaps bring that up to 100 or something, but that is going to be sometime in the future. So I've done that. Now I think I should probably have an overpass on this side, and then on this side we should do another overpass like so, and then we'll have some benches, and we cannot put that, cannot put these. It's annoying that what is annoying is this whole concept of not being able to put these stairs on this side. Very annoying. But let's use some of the old canopies. That isn't going to work. So I'll put some canopies in the middle, and that looks pretty good. That does look pretty good. Can I, if I look for stairs, where am I going to be looking though? Mad Hatter platforms. Yes, we do have these very nice platforms by Mad Hatter, but these are all modern platforms, so it's not something we can currently use. I do like the fact that they are all the right size now. Right, stairs. It's probably miscellaneous. No, yes, here we go. Now, how is this going to work for? That's just not big enough. Those stairs just are not. Okay, that is really annoying that I cannot have those stairs. So if anyone has a suggestion as to what I can use, I would very much appreciate that suggestion. And now we go ahead and pop this back in exactly as it should be. And similarly on this side, same concept, like so, and then signals, not buildings, signals, a semaphore on this side, and a semaphore on this side. There we go. That's one station sorted out, and everything should be running not okay through this. Why are you doing this to me? No, that's the wrong way. Maxfield, swap that around. There we go. Now you are running as you're supposed to. So that didn't take too long. Guess we should probably go ahead and do another. I guess we could do Carnforth. Bracknell is going to be a bit of an issue, I will admit. I'm going to leave Bracknell as it is simply because I think we need a new Bracknell station. Leave it in the comments box below. Do you think I need a new Bracknell station? Like an entirely new station? Because of the positioning of that one. Carnforth, yeah, sure, let's move this out of here. Carnforth actually has an opportunity to become a little longer, but it isn't needed. That's the thing. So if I just go ahead and do this, and wait for the autosave to complete. Hopefully everybody's having a great Thursday. Yes, I know, this is coming out on a Thursday. Little bit strange, but there we go. That's what happens when sometimes you get your times wrong or things do not record when you want them to record. Well, that's really pushing the temperatures on my PC. Right, that's done. Okay. So, let's go ahead and redo this station. So, goodbye, 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 goodbye. Since we're already in the tracks area, I'm going to go ahead and add in the 60 mile per hour track. Right here. There we go. So that is already done. And then let's go ahead and continue breaking these. Yeah, that's annoying. That's really annoying when it does that. Okay. I guess because there's nothing connecting to it, I suppose that's the problem. Maybe there is a way to get around that. I'll have to have a look. And that. Could I make this one set longer? Just for future proofing? Is that something I can do? I mean, it does seem possible. Ideally, I could do it on this side as well, but should I? Should I do this? Should I do that to it? And just have it slightly longer than it needs to be. So currently it is 120 meters, so that's 160 meters. What is going to happen is going forward we'll have 200, we're going to end up with 240, we're going to end up with about that length. That's the length of the stations on this. Yep, on this line, that is how long the stations are going to end up. So, no, do not destroy it. Do you know what? I'm not going to do that just yet, because now that we're in the we have the platforms we're going to keep. It doesn't really matter so much in terms of what goes where, right? So you're apparently unable to go where you used to go. I'm just not going to question. I'll just pop you down there instead. Not exactly where I want you to go. If I then do that, and then do that, and that, and then that, there we go. Now that is now back in the middle. That was strange. That was very strange. Back to the King's Cross platforms. We will have... again, should I do this or should I? No, let's not have it. Would it be smarter to have it in the middle? But then that would be a lot of. So essentially, would it be smarter to do that? Let's try that. Or even smarter, should we put an underpass on this instead of an overpass? Should we do that? I like the idea of the bridges though. I think the bridges are fancy. Let's do this. What's a U? Old platform shelters. Sure, we'll do that on that side. Amazingly, this will probably fit here, won't it? And what do you know, it will. The last thing I want to do is put the... Oh yeah, let's put the iconic roof up. No, let's do this. That platform shelter looks pretty good. I'll be honest. It's just a classic shelter. They haven't got rid of the classic shelter there. There you go. A little bit strange on the design. Yes, I will admit that looks a little bit strange on the design. That's the point though. And now we just reconnect these and put the... No, reconnect that properly. There we go. And put the signals back in. End of platform. Right there. And right there. Perfect. Check the line. Line is still fine. And that is another station done. That's pretty good. So that's that and that's one done. I'm not going to be worrying about the stations over here just yet. These stations this all needs a lot of work, so we'll worry about that when the time comes. Similarly, down here for Litchfield and New Romney, same sort of concept. I'm not going to worry about that just at this present moment in time. Now, this station, this is where things will get a little interesting, because I genuinely think that all of this is going to end up disappearing. This is going to become some sort of massive station sort of thing. So this is going to be an interesting one. And certainly I'm not sure that we would have... This looks very much like something that you'd get on the London Underground. You've got houses and you have a train station right behind it. Generally elevated, but sometimes at ground level as well. But you have a house, fence, train station, or even train line. I'm not sure you would have that. I suppose you would actually have train lines doing this. I suppose it does sort of make sense. Now I'm not entirely sure. What I am going to do though is immediately get on to changing these out, because that is what I do. No, do not destroy, just get rid of the train. That's it. And that, and that. And I am now going to attempt something a little different. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to see what would happen if I connected a station module up here. That is something I would like to check. So just any old station module, not that station module. Okay, I say any old station module. Perhaps I don't know, that one. Just so it appears like it is connected. And no, then it removes two. It doesn't seem to read that this module is attached. That is a little bit confusing. I'm just gonna, I don't know, just stick a small, give me a really small, smaller than that. Not platform, there we go, building. Like that. Oh, because it's cargo, it doesn't read that it's cargo. I'm having a great time right now. clearly, this isn't going well at all. What if I did that? Now you're connected there. It still just removes... I do not understand. I genuinely am confused about why and how this is doing what it's doing. Right, okay. In any case, I need to get rid of that and that, that and that. I know the 60 sign's still sitting there, but you know what? It will be fine, I hope. Put these in. There we go. Put the King's Cross platform in. Front and back. I'm just going to put... What's this new one compared to this one? Kind of looks the same. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. Did I want to make this station longer? Not at this point in time. This station is going to need a little bit of work when it comes to making it longer. It looks like the station is going to need a little bit of work. Not a lot, just a little. You're the wrong platform. Does that mean I could make this much larger? I could. How large can I make it? Not that large. See, that is where the problem's going to occur. See, that is the kind of station I would like to have over here. That is very much the station I would like to have. I guess that will be something I need to figure out later on. Should I just dump that one in? Slightly different to what there was before. Just a little different. There's no clock at the top. And then, I guess as we're supposed to, I'll add those. And, oh, I was supposed to add some seating. Oops. There we go. Okay. And tracks. Let's see if this works. That did work. Also, why am I telling them 60 from here? Did I... Is this not 60 over here? Wait a minute. Track speeds, please. No, it's 60 all along. So why do I have 60 markings here now? I suppose that's something I've got to think about. What did I do here and why did I do it? Control that. No. There we go. That's another station done. That's actually going pretty well. So that's all of the stations in House Downham. Look at Downham Market. Oh, Downham. Poor Downham. It has the wrong colours and everything. Oh, poor Downham. Right, let's go ahead and fix Downham Market. Yeah, I know. Let's go ahead and sort this one out too. How did I mess this up so badly? Oh, do not destroy it. Now, I've got to be very careful with this, because if I end up destroying this, it just, again, I've just got to be very careful with what I do. I'm rambling, I know. Also, I could put some fences and walls and all that kind of stuff in, but not yet. What have I placed here? What are you? I have no idea what that was. This is a 50-mile-per-hour track of the Britannia Bridge. This is a rusty track. I am going to use those rusty ones going forward. That is something that is going to play a part. Now, with this particular station, what is going to happen is it will extend in this direction. I'm not going to do any extension in this direction. There you go. You can do that. And back to the good old King's Cross platforms I go. And once again, across this way and across that way. Some seating in the middle. This is all going to end up changing because obviously we're going to end up with more seating and all of that kind of stuff. So, right, that looks like that's done. So once again, just to clear this up a little, I'll just clean that up, and comes in here. I probably want the... Do I need an outbound signal? Where's the next outbound signal? So I want to see if something's clear of this area. No, that will do. That will do really nicely. Okay. Right, so that's all the stations done. And I think Ollerton's all ready with the new style, isn't it? Yes, it is. There you go. Ollerton is also a lot longer. At what, 160 meters, it's 30%, 33.333333333% longer. Excuse the slight squeak. I just needed to switch something on. So right, now that I've gone ahead and done that, let's play this and ensure that everything just still works. You still work. You do not. You do not. Pause. Why does it do this? Right. Which line is it? Is it this one that's not happy? No. I always get the wrong one. It's this one that isn't happy. There we go. And through Ely, you should be all fine. Yes, this is much nicer. I'm not entirely convinced about this junction just yet. I'm not too keen on this. This needs to change. There we go. So that is something I need to look at. But in general, that is all looking okay. One thing I did want to do is I wanted to try and get one of the British depots in here. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do it though. So if we go over to assets, depot, is it this one? This isn't this one. Let's see if I can find. No, it's not there. What? Where was it? Might have just been in here then, in depots. What are you? Oh, you're some sort of depot. No, you're the Britannia. Of course, you're the Britannia Bridge, which has track in. Yes. You're not what I was after. Station signs. This is something I'm after. If I can find the right era. And I do have station names, and look, I have just British Rail. I've actually worked on this to ensure that I get the right, I have the right station names everywhere. Now, the annoying part about this is, how do I just increase its height? No, because that just makes that bigger. How do I make it sit atop one of these? If anyone can help me with that, that would be very much appreciate that. If anybody could help me figure that one out. What would happen if I do place this here? Ely Train Depot 4. Okay, apparently it reads the first thing it's seen, so first thing it's near, so that's interesting. Again, just everybody's sunk into the ground. It's fine. It's fine. It's not too much of a problem. Half-bodied people, it's fine. It's a horror show or something. Right, let's have a look at what we want to do here. In fact, let's have a look down here and see how far I've got. Managed to do this area. I've not filled up anything here, but I've got all the main roads in this area done. All of this. I suppose I could start looking at filling some of this up. That might, I mean, if I can get Croydon's area done, that would be quite helpful, because the next stop down is indeed Croydon. So, okay, let's do a little bit of this for a short period of time. Just a little bit. Right. Now, what is the gaps that I need? What are the gaps that I need here? Is it 11 meters? Apparently not. 11 meters? Yeah, 11 meters will do. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead and do this. This part's not as difficult, but certainly it takes a while. It takes a really long time, which is why it's taking me ages to do any of this. I would say that once this is all done, everything else should progress really nicely. By the way, I want to move on to freight in a little while. Once again, we have the coal here. I want to start doing something with it. I do want to start making something happen with all of this. Apparently you're not happy with that. There we go. Yep, get rid of that tree because I do not like that particular tree. Over this way, along here, round here. So what I'll do is, if I fill up this area with these all the double stuff for these pathways. By the way, I might end up knocking a lot of these out. This is just so this is essentially so that I've got something easy to connect to, and then from there I'll just work it out. And I might take bits out, and I might replace them with other plants, or just some trees, or something like that. A little fence, perhaps. The problem with the fences is that the level of detail model on them is pretty. It only has I think it disappears. So whether it's the LOD 1, LOD 2 model, it disappears, and it makes sense because as you zoom out, perhaps you do not want to be loading in all of those features of a fence, because if you do so, then you're going to run into a bit of trouble. Where are we? Are we coming in towards Croydon? We are. And it might have a negative impact on your performance. So I certainly understand why it's done. The only thing that I have a slight concern about on it is that when I zoom out, it just all this hard work that I put in just disappears. So yeah, there we go. That will do, and then I suppose like so. I could probably run that along there. Okay, so that is, if I now do this line here, that should allow me to fill in this bit over here, and that is what I'll do. So let's go ahead and, which line was it again? This line. The small problem is that this goes this way. So I guess I have to do this one first. This isn't that long, so let's just go ahead and do that. I have to admit that compared to, if we look back at Urban Games, and if we look back at Transport's, not even Transport Fever 1, if we go back to Train Fever, and Train Fever, by the way, was a fantastic title. I really, really liked Train Fever. But if we go back through Urban Games and what they've done with Transport Fever 2, and of course Train Fever, the amount of things that you can do now in the game is just, it's really, really good. And I like games that have this sort of ability of finer detailing. It takes a long time. It takes a long time, but it is all about the detail. It really is all about the detail, I think. The difference between an okay map and a great map in Transport Fever 2, for example, I think is detailing. I mean, imagine if I did all of this, the lines, I had these lines, but I had no farms, none of the farms, none of this existed. It would look terrible. It would look absolutely terrible. It looked dull, lifeless, and far from realistic. So, yeah, having the ability to do such a thing is really, really good. That didn't work, did it? So now what I need to do, this is the awkward bit. I need to do that and delete that. Go, round we go. Round here. Along here. Turn it along that. Along there. And we're almost back up to a main road. So we'll go ahead and do that and that. Open that up. Let's go ahead and open up this bit here. That is now open. That's fine. I'll go ahead and connect this section there and there, and then destroy that bit. I'll tell you what I will do. I will redo this section. I'll do that and then that. That looks good. And then for this, I'll go along here, build that in there. Just follow this along just slightly past where the other one is. Just by about 30 meters or so. And over here, we'll just connect this up like that. Demolish that, connect that up there, and then over here we'll just do this and break that opening right there. Oh, there is another one. There is one more. For this, I think I'm going to go... Actually, I think this would make sense. I think this actually makes sense in a real... Yes, this actually makes real sense. You'd end up with junctions occasionally like this. I have seen them in real life. So that is that section now filled up. All I've got to now do is I can just place farms in that whole area. So I can just fill that up with farms. In fact, that area needs to be filled up with farms as well. And that allows me to be able to create a train route most of the way down here. Obviously not all of this is going to be filled up with farmland. One of the things that I will do is I'll probably end up doing this. There we go. I think that would look pretty good, and then like so. It looks like there's a bit of a... it's fairly flat, but that's okay. And over here, I want to do this. That's... Yep, that looks good to me. And then what I'm going to do is I'll use this one. Let's use this one as a base for it turning down in this direction. And use this one as a... No, I'm not going to use that one for anything. That one is going to stop right there. That one will do that, and then I'll have another one come across like this, which is going to be nearly perfectly straight, just a slight turn, and that joins up roughly over there. We've got that. This junction gives us some opportunity, so if I put one in like so, we could have another one going in, and then from here I very much think having it go in this direction may actually work out in our favour. So from that, I could create another set here. I didn't mean to do that. I can create a set that's straight along there, and I want to connect it up to that line there. And I think that could look really quite... that could work really well for us. There we go. Yep, that is working quite well. And then that's one farm. I guess what I could do is I can do this. So we still have some of the squares. And then, there we go. So there is a little bit of a dip here. So I'm going to slowly bring that in. And my intention is to have this join up with this line. And then at this point here, I probably will open up one of them, and then we're going up towards some roughly squarish farms again, or straight-sided farms. I'll do a turn there, and then from here I want it to go straight down. I'll do that. Yeah, these farms are growing. They're certainly growing in a way. I'm not entirely keen on this particular line. In fact, I'm not entirely keen on that particular line anymore. Fairly good with that one, and then what I'll do is if I do that and then cut this out here, I'll wait for the autosave now. That's telling me that I need to be looking at wrapping up this episode. 2 autosaves, that's telling me I need to be looking at wrapping up the episode. But let's just finish this bit off here. I've got to figure out what to name this. Upgrading multiple stations, I suppose, because that is something we did. More station upgrades. And then what I'll do is I'll join that up with this bit here, because then you can see that maybe that is where this area started, and that looks like, in theory, it would follow this all the way and then end at this road here, which I think is pretty... I think that's pretty neat. I do think that's pretty neat if I do say so myself. Right, with this, I'm not keen on that one. So I'm going to change the direction of it and have it doing something like this. And therefore I can have a couple of farms here. Do that, and then we'll turn this in like so we can have an okay sized farm there and there. This one could probably be split up a little bit more as well. But first I'd like to split this up. There we go. And of course the one thing that I'm not doing yet is what I've done over here somewhere. Where did I do it? Perhaps, where was it? Somewhere here. I know I did something somewhere. That isn't really helping. Something somewhere. Here we go. This area. So you see this. The way these clump of trees, the farm sort of have to grow and move around it. I haven't yet obviously done that anyway. As I go through it slowly, once all the main bits are done, I will start adding all of that. Similar to what I'm doing here, just adding little bits in. And I will be doing that everywhere. But that's going to take a long time. My key thing here at the moment is to try and ensure that I have... well, try and ensure that I've got content to produce that isn't too boring. There we go. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that does look pretty good. These 2 farms are a little large. That's the only thing I'm going to say. In fact, there's a few farms that are a little large for my liking. Yeah, a few farms that are a little too large for my liking. So this one's going to have a sharp corner to it. I'm going to do that. Then this one, what could I do with this? I think I could do, let's do this. We'll do that, and we'll do that. I'm still not keen on this shape. If I did that and then removed, then this shape is not quite as I want it to be. So I could do that. Maybe that will help. And then in fact over here I'll do, yeah, let's do this. Over here we'll have a fairly small farm, because that allows me to break up this farm really nicely, like this. And I'll straighten that up a little. There we go. That works quite well. And then we've got one large farm here, which to be completely honest, I'll leave one large farm there. There we go. That's not looking too bad. So that is a whole extra bit of farmland done. So you can see how long that takes. So that took what, 15, 20 minutes to do that section. So I've got all of this to go. Many hours of work going, well, I say all of this, I've done this bit. Many hours still to come, but for now I think I'm going to end this video. Everything seems to be running how I want it to be running. Let's go ahead and I'm going to look for a place to take a picture. This station, perhaps not. Hey, wait, what? Well, that is really strange. That is really strange. Okay. No, you know what? I am going to take this Macclesfield as the picture. Let's go ahead and do that. That was really weird. They seem to be working as they're supposed to now. Some more station upgrades. And let the train pull in. Come on, all the way to the end, please. All the way to the end. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. A few more meters. 3, 2, 1, stop. Thank you. And I'll go ahead and take that screenshot. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, come on. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me. I'm just looking for something that could look kind of nice. There we go. That is one. That is all from me, and I'll see you next time in Transport Fever. Why did I do that? In Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series, where I'm not sure. I'll read what the comments say, and then I'll sort of decide. I suppose I'll decide from there exactly what I want to do. So make sure you stay tuned for something, because something will certainly happen, as something always happens on a video. Otherwise, there's no point in me making the video. Anyway, I'll see you next time.